first official day of the cavalcade. Horses are being fed and just making some breakfast. This morning's menu is potatoes and some jarred crumbs sausages on the side. I hate cooking with the sleek cooker. It's like either burning everything or off. Basically, there's no in between. It does make cooking potatoes very tricky. Yeah, all cooking really. Unless you want to boil the kettle, then it's easy peasy. But this is my third year with this little cooker, so I should start to be working it out soon. But it's taking a while. Yum. Ricky's cooking. I'm just getting changed. This is a really cool Cavalcade shirt, but they must have used AI to make it or something. Weird clip art. He has 5 legs. That's a shame.
It's day 1. We're getting ready to go. Katie probably already vlogged this, but I'll do it again just in case. Horses are tacked up, just waiting for everybody else to get tacked up. Storm with his little sour face all the time. He always looks like that. Yeah, we're just waiting for everybody else. I don't think those 2 ponies are coming, so most people have their horses in now. They're getting tacked up and getting hitched up. Nobody's in the wagon yet. We leave in about half an hour or something. Storm's having a wee snooze, so hopefully he'll be really good today. And Ned, being as green as he is, probably get a bit of a lunge first. And then we'll get going. But beautiful day. I wouldn't say not a cloud in the sky, but not very many. So I think we're in for a nice, warm, enjoyable, hopefully enjoyable ride. Keep you posted. Kiki, so we joked about bringing some paint and I forgot. So I have it written in dust. Do you think that's obvious enough if you were walking behind him? People too, with arrows? I don't know. It may be a little bit easier to see it in the sun. I'll try to get another video later if you can't really see it, but hopefully nobody walks too close to him, I say as I'm standing right behind him. He's not actually, like, horrible. He's just not completely unlikely to boot you in the leg because you're holding a horse and he's going for your horse that you're holding and not you, because he kicked Katie, if anybody watched that last vlog. Anybody, you have some smush smokes in your eye. Yeah, so I don't want him to kick anyone else. I mean, Katie was bad enough, but some other random person, not so good. Hardest part of the day, waiting to go. Ned's honestly standing pretty good. Storm's standing average, pretty good. No better than Ned. And as per usual, everybody's a bit late. I think this is the first time these horses have seen small ponies in a cart like that. But looking, but it's no problem. Away. This is the first little bit of a, this is the toughest bit really, when all the wagons go and we all start heading out. There's a lot of people here. It's a full cavalcade this year. So I think someone mentioned 97 or something riders. Not 100. I thought 100 would be full, but whatever. But yeah, this is the hardest part, when we're all just standing, and then it's go, and then we gotta trot and catch up to the wagons. And this is really the area where if your horse is gonna be a little bit silly, this first like half an hour. But Ned's been good. I'm obviously filming from Storm, so he's being fine. And yeah, it's gonna be a hot day going through the forestry today, so I'm not taking off my jersey yet, but I think we're gonna heat up. Made it out the gate. Storm's been good, looking nice and relaxed. Ned's being alright, scoring like a solid 5 maybe. Clyde's are being good. What would you score Storm?
Yeah, he's like a 9.
He's like a 9, yeah, he's been really good. Yeah, you're 5. You just gotta stop tossing your head and stuff and just like walk, and then you'll get higher points. Quick ride up the road. Gorgeous up there. I think we're staying, I might have said it already, we're staying relatively flat, so hopefully we do get some really good views. But like I said, we do a lay day and probably a few other days that are a bit shorter, whether it gets too hot or people just don't want to go for as long. This is a really chill trail, so we're gonna trot a bit, so my video's gonna get bouncy. So anyway, if we don't get tons of gorgeous scenery because we're staying relatively flat with the wagons, Katie and I will just go for a drive. Oh, but we were over there yesterday, the Quay Cliffs. And Katie probably shared that. And I better put this down and go for a trot because I'm pretty slow. I have a very little horse who does not really walk out. He's Stormy, but not complaining. I'd rather ask him to go for a trot than be jig-jogging. He's nice and relaxed, so that's good. I just don't want to hold up. I've got wagons all behind me. Kind of a good idea. We should just do that. Clip our cheek pieces to our halter. We should brilliant.
Small break, stop.
We're now like an hour and a half in. Still on the nice and flat. Ned is a little bit agitated, to say the least. But they're going okay. And so is everybody else. There's been no dramas or anything too exciting because we've had some starts of cavalcades where there's a lot of problems. They keep the first day a bit short to allow for people to have issues. So I don't know. I guess we've ridden about between 3 and 5 kilometers of our 20-kilometer day. So it's probably like a 5-hour day considering how many breaks and the fact that we'll stop for like an hour for lunch. But we're making pretty good time since it's just nice and flat. There's not really a lot of waiting up.
Yeah, you're walking super fast. Ned's spooking at those sheep over there. Like he doesn't live on a sheep farm at home. Storm's happy. Oh, yeah, I'm trotting. Walk.
Stopped for lunch, just seeing if our horses want a quick drink. Storm had one. Nearly face planted in the water actually. He was so enthusiastic about getting down here. And Ned is done drinking, gonna have a snack, gonna go under the tree. Want more, Storm? You're like literally always thirsty / in love with water.
Lunch is over. Time to get back on. Ned the weirdo.
Lunch is done. We're off again. Kind of in a different spot now. Just sort of moving around. We're not really sure if we're front riders or back riders or mid riders or what. Ned's not really sure about all the wagons and actually all the people passing. And Storm, Mr. Stinky Face, is always happiest when he is very by himself. Anyway, having a good day. It's very sunny. We're halfway. Small crossing. I kind of missed the fun where they were all bouncing, but traffic is pretty heavy here. The trekking horse version of Storm. It just takes him like 30-40 minutes, sometimes till after lunch, to really settle down and stop trying to jig jog. Katie's reached the maybe a bit green and over it version of Ned, but a little bit better here. The bigger kind of gravel pathway is helping sort of give him something to think about. He was getting a little bit silly in the paddock before. He's not terrible, he's just really green. Which, to be fair, so is Storm. Like, we're always kind of taking green horses, but it's a bit the reality of tracks. If you're having a problem, everybody else is still going, so your horse has to kind of feed off the other horses, and there's the herd mentality, and everybody's leaving. So, you know, if you're having a problem, you're never the only one having a problem, but also you got to sort it yourself because, you know, we're still going. Not everybody's going to stop for you unless you, like, come off and get hurt and, like, really need help, but if your horse is just wigging out a bit, that's too bad. So yeah, I think a lot of people get really, you know, into like, oh, trekking would be so easy. It's not hard, but I think it's harder than learning to walk, truck, canter in an arena. Anyway, very pretty mountains around us. There's a really, really snowy one behind these trees here, but don't worry about that. I'll get it later. But wow. Yeah.
He doesn't want touch. And you get anything out of him, you can't do this so hard.
Doesn't want touch, but he's not sensitive. He's just kind of nervous. Those are some big hills. Big hills. Some dry scenery. Ned's kind of chill now. Or happier. I'm doing a lot of snorting and head flicking too because all these midges. But my only complaint so far about Twizel, gorgeous weather, really nice and dry, like no No cold, no wind, no rain. So many flies. Not really biting flies, I don't think, although I thought I saw some sandflies. Just like touching your flies. They gotta land on you. Anyway, if you're wondering where we are, we do these rides on different farmers' properties. So obviously this is a farm and they've said yes to having us ride through, and then there's a pre-ride like before we come out where the people that organize this go and figure out where we're going to go every day and make sure that the trails are good, and then we go out on these designated sort of they're chosen trails every day. Storm's quite happy. And I'm on the home stretch. Just going back up the road the way we came. Cars stopped for us. There's our trailheads behind us with their blinkers on, and in front of us, making sure that everyone knows we're coming. Going over the bridge. Some horses find this stuff scary. I'm sure if I could actually see Ned, he's making a face. Storm's done this kind of thing a few times now, so no biggie. Herd mentality anyway. For day one, we're riding back into camp. What does Ned score out of 10 for today?
Pretty low. Probably going around the 3.5, 4.
And you need to provide like a reasoning.
He's just a bit of an idiot. He's a
Alright.
relentless idiot.
Relentless idiot. Alright.
He just kind of has like tantrums and blocks, but the tantrums can go up to like 45 minutes to an hour long.
Yeah, and then he's like, alright, cool.
Yeah.
Storm.
He's supposed to be scoring pretty high.
Yeah, Storm like kind of started at like a 9 and then kind of went down to like a... Ew. Oh, that's disgusting. That's a squish bug. Okay, I'd have to cut my own hand off if that happened to me. Yeah, he started like a 9 and then... Oh, good. Good. How was your day? Yeah. I rated Storm in the end. He's like a 10. Very good boy. Horses are out. Having a roll. Ned is gonna be filthy. He picked the dirtiest spot.
Oh gosh.
They obviously they had a wash too. Yeah, I got that. We went and took them down to there's like a creek back behind the camp. Took them down there and give them a bit of a wash off in the creek, and now they're back in their paddocks, being very thoroughly coated. And they had a big drink down there at the creek too, so that we don't have to refill these right away, but obviously it's not enough. There's more drinking to go. Good boys. They're both really good. Well, Ned was sometimes really good and sometimes having a bit of a problem, but Storm, really good. So, phew. Obviously I've never taken Storm on the Cavalcade, so it's good to know that he is a good horse to take on the Cavalcade now that I'm here.
On tour. This is Lake Tekapo. And Seagull. It's very clear. I don't know if the camera's picking up how clear that is.
Touristy stuff. I want to look at this church in front of Lake Tekapo. This is like the worst video ever, but you get the idea. There's a lot of people out here having a look as well. Lake's pretty. Crazy blue.
Still on tour. I think that's Mount Cook. I mean, I don't think it can be anything else. We're gonna go there in a couple more days. For now, how gorgeous is that?